What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, my peoples? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, a lot of information has come out. A lot of people, have no true sense of the sport of boxing, right? They don't understand. They don't know about the sport of boxing. They're not familiar. The sport of boxing, it allows you to go into the sport without any real background, without any real information. You can go into the sport of boxing and you don't need any real knowledge of the sport, of the history, right? You could just wake up today and be a fan of a specific fighter, then all of a sudden you're a fan of the sport of boxing, right? And you have people talking about the sport of boxing on top of this, right? So the news is that Turki Al-Sheikh doesn't know anything about the sport of boxing. Turki Al-Sheikh is moving the date. So you guys saw the information that came out. Mike Coppinger reported this information. If you guys wasn't aware of the information that Mike Coppinger dropped, he dropped some information. And in this information, Mike Coppinger, he explained that His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh wants to change the date of the fight and the location of the fight, okay? And this got people to then say that Turki Al-Sheikh don't know anything about the sport of boxing. Turki Al-Sheikh doesn't know what he's doing in the sport of boxing. They're moving a date because there's no interest in the fight. They're moving a date because they can't sell out the arena. Okay. These are all the things that is coming out, right? They're moving a date for Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez because the fight is not going to sell out in Allegiant Stadium. They're suddenly changing the fight from free TV to pay-per-view. The fight is no longer on Netflix, right? These are all the things that they're coming up with, right? And the reality is people are talking about things they know nothing about, okay? First and foremost, let me educate you guys on this situation, okay? K-Fly said, Blue, just admit he jumped the gun. Who jumped the gun? Who jumped the gun? This is why I tell you guys, be quick to listen and slow to speak. Who jumped the gun? DFW Motivation, what's up? Kai Fly said, Blue, just admit he jumped the gun. What am I admitting? He jumped the gun about what? Pop 375, what's up? Crazy K, what's up? What do you mean he jumped the gun? AC Boston, what's up, family? This is why I need to put a phone line. I need to get more committed to building this platform up better. I apologize. And I'm going to build it up. I'm going to have a phone line for you guys. Turkey, bro, he announced the fight in Las Vegas, Allegiant on Friday. Now he's switching. Okay, see, this is why I tell you guys, be quick to listen and slow to speak. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. Stop listening to these people, okay? Tell you things they know nothing about because they're emotionally driven and don't like Turki Al-Sheikh. Okay? That's not the case, K-Fly. Not the case at all. Okay? Guillermo Maldonado, salute, family. Okay, that's not the case at all. I've been telling you guys this forever. Okay? AZ Kane, what's up? The fight was initially supposed to be, K-Fly, on September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. But Allegiant Stadium has done a deal with UNLV football team to stage a football game on September 13th. He didn't jump the gun about anything. Okay, Jordan Salas, what's up? So I've been reporting and telling you guys from the very beginning, the fight was supposed to be September 13th. When you look at my interview with Bomac, What date did he say? September 13th. When you look at Marquise Young, what's up? Eno Boston, what's up? Ronald Ellis, what's up? Kendall Styles, what's up, family? When you Fat Bull 717, what's up? When you look at the history, the fight was always supposed to be September 13th. Canelo Alvarez traditionally fights on that Saturday before Mexican Independence Day weekend. That is the 14th, the Sunday. So he was going to fight on Saturday. But UNLV football and Allegiant Stadium came together. Okay, Keisha Sellers, what's up? And UNLV football have a tradition of fighting, of playing games since the Allegiant Stadium, quote unquote, was built. And they have a deal. Maya Egypt, peace, bless, queen. And so that is taking precedence. That's why when he announced the fight, he announced it for the 12th, September 12th. He didn't jump the gun about anything. Who told you he jumped the gun? He did it. He announced it for that Friday at Allegiant Stadium because they're planning to do the football game on the Saturday. So how did he jump the gun? Jump the gun about what? He's not happy that the fight is on a Friday at Allegiant Stadium. He wants it to be on Saturday. So he didn't jump the gun about anything. L. Dub Boston, the Boston Plug, my brother in the building. What's up? NSD Production, what's up? He didn't jump the gun about anything. He's not happy that the fight is taking place on Friday instead of the Saturday. He wants it on Saturday. What did I tell y'all in the videos? I told you guys that he's trying to create leverage. Prolific One, what's up? Running Rev 91, what's up? Okay, he's trying to create leverage. So what happened is he didn't jump the gun. It wasn't a lack of interest. They didn't suddenly put it on pay-per-view and move it to Riyadh season. Okay, that's not the case. Smarten up. Too fit to quit. What's up? Okay? He never said it was going to be on free TV, ever. When did anybody say it was going to be on free? It's going to be on Netflix, but who said it was going to be free? Nobody. Southeast T, what's up? Cloud9 Gaming, what's up? Crypto Color Lights Tech, what's up? Okay, that's number one. Number two, okay, he don't like the fact, Fame, what's up, that it's on a Friday instead of on that Saturday. So now he's threatening to pull out of Allegiant Stadium. He did jump the gun because the fight not going to be where he originally said. He spoke before things were certain. Brother, I don't know if you're not paying attention or not. I don't know if you're not comprehending today or not. I don't know if you've been tipping the bottle or not. Okay? I don't know. Paying attention is free. You still saying he jumped the gun. What part of this don't you understand? Percy Jr., what's up? He did jump the gun because he announced because the fight not going to be where he originally said. No, it still can be at Allegiant Stadium. What part of this are you not paying attention to? Hendor the Fearless One, what's up? Cano Local Sports, Ace 9 Deuce, what's up? What part of this are you not understanding? He's trying to create leverage now. He's not happy with the situation. So now he wants to take the ball and go elsewhere. He wants them to put the fight on in Saturday. They told him that it was going to be okay. But then they have this UNLV football game, Super Tech, what's up, that they want to put on that Saturday. That supposedly they have a contract with. Bronx OG, what's up? And now UNLV football is like, no, we have that date. So he didn't jump the gun about anything. He just wants it on the day he wants it. Stephen 47 Deuce Deuce, what's up? So how did he jump the gun? He didn't jump the gun about anything. Stop saying he jumped the gun. He didn't speak. He spoke before things are certain. No, he didn't. Country Q Deuce 5, what's up? No, he didn't speak before everything was certain. No, he was going to do it on Friday, as they still expect him to do it on Friday. He's just trying to create leverage with business. He's threatening to pull out altogether if they don't give him what he wants. That's called It's called Ace Nine Deuce. What's up, family? Blue, you can't reason with ignorant casuals in the racist fan. Fame said that game been scheduled, though. I'm so confused. Right. I don't know if it been scheduled or not, right? But he wants the Saturday, and he wants to try to get things to switch. Therefore, that's where this came from. It wasn't a lack of LT number one energy. What's up? Champ Workout. What's up, Champ? Where you been at? Larry Woods. What's up? It's not him putting the carriage before the horse. He didn't misspeak. He's trying to create leverage in business. That's all. That's it. That's all. He don't want it to be on the Friday. But they're like, listen, we owe it to UNLV football. YG Knight, what's up? Carrie Pete, what's up? We got to put it on. All right, whatever you say, time will tell. Time will tell what? You see, this is what I'm talking about. People just choose. I don't understand. Time will tell what? Whatever, man. What's up? Melvin Moore, what's up? Dude, what are you talking about? Time is going to tell what? I'm telling you what it is. Time ain't going to tell you nothing. If he decides to take his ball and go elsewhere, that don't mean he didn't have everything already this way. He don't like it. So you want to change it. That's it. That's all. What are you talking about? Time will tell. Mo Slort, what's up? Jerry 216 Robinson, what's up? If you buy a pair of sneakers, you put them on, you try them on in the store, and they fit. Then you get home and you like, you know what? I really don't know, and I don't feel comfortable maybe walking around the whole day. They feel a little tight or they feel a little too big. I'm going to take them back. Now you go back to the store and you're like, hey, I'm going to need a different size. And they say, hey, that's the only size we can give you. And then you say, hey, what's up? D-Boy Dad, what's up? Then you say, okay, well, I'm going to need my money back. And they're like, wait. We could get you this store or that store. And you're like, oh, no, you don't give me the size I want. I'm going to need my money back. Shakia Fields, peace of bless, Queen. What do you mean time will tell? So somebody going to tell me, hey, man, see, you shouldn't have bought. You bought those. You put the carriage before the horse. You spoke too soon. Mario, what's up? No, I didn't. I just changed my mind. What part of that don't you understand? DP Rocker, what's up? You don't understand? He just changed his mind? What are you talking about? Time will tell. Marquise Young, my brother, he said, laugh him up. Date changes, not the entire venue as of now. Everything's still in negotiation for where and when the fight will happen. Right. So he's just threatening. Listen, if you don't give me what I want, I could do it on Friday. But now he probably slept on it. And he like, you know what? I don't really want to do it on Friday. I want to do it on Saturday. I was going to compromise and do it on Friday, but I really don't want to do it on Friday. I want to do it on Saturday. See, he spoke too soon. What are you talking about? Blood 91, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. What's the word? Long time no see, brother. Hey, yo, your boy look good. Boots, still not a fan, but he showed me something. Keyshawn Boston next, big star. Oh, Keyshawn is a beast, bro. Dennis Ashby, what's up? Jose Cortez, what's up? Yeah, so people are trying to make it Jose Cortez. Yeah, you see, Turkey ran out of money, or the venue, he never had the venue, or nobody wants to see the fight. It's a circus. Now he got to put it on pay-per-view because there ain't no money. He never said it was going to be free. Al Williams, what's up? When did he show me where he said it was free? Show me. The Malt Network, what's up? When did he say it was going to be free? On free TV? Never. Because you didn't even know what network it was going to be on. But you got people running around talking about now he putting it on pay-per-view to try to make the money up because it ain't going to sell. Or Rich Porter, what's up, family? Shamar Rasham Shalom, what's up? Marlo, what's up? So then they said, oh, well, now it ain't going to be on Netflix. Who said it wasn't going to be on Netflix? Who said it wasn't going to be on Netflix? Who said it was going to be on free TV? Then they telling you, oh, they moving it out the stadium because The stadium, they won't be able to sell because there ain't no demand, so they got to move it out the stadium. That's a lie. It's a lie. Mike J, what's up? Raw and Real Fight Forum, what's up? That's a lie. And I've been telling y'all all along, the date was September 13th. They ran into a snag. Say, cool, Bilal, what's up? And Turkey was going to just concede and make the sacrifice and do it on a Friday. He don't want to do it on Friday no more. He slept on it, and he like, yo, you know what? I ain't really digging doing this on Friday, bro. So guess what? If y'all can't find a way, okay, to work things out so that we can do this on Saturday, I'm going to have to take my talents elsewhere. Patricia Shelton, peace, blessings, queen. Spam 619, what's up? Exactly, Spam 619. $1 Trillion Dream Deuce, my brother, what's up, family? There's UNLV football is playing in. No disrespect to UNLV football, but are we serious right now? Mike James 616, what's up? UNLV football ain't USC football. It ain't Oregon football. It ain't Penn State. It ain't Ohio State. It ain't Michigan, or it ain't Alabama. Cameron Fields, peace of bless, queen. How you feeling today? Carl Basson, what's up? This is UNLV football. No disrespect, and it's in Vegas. But listen, man. College football games can be rescheduled. They do it all the time. And seeing as though it ain't till September, they can reschedule that college football game to a Friday. John J. Doe, what's up? People not rich like him, they got to make travel accommodations ahead of time. That's why it matters people work on Fridays. Brother, if listen, let me explain something to you, Kai Fly. If one day changes everything for you, if the fight was supposed to be on Friday, now it's moved to Saturday, and you can't do it, then you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be trying to attend anyway. Jay Blizzy, what's up? Arizel, what's up? If you can't make it, if the fight was supposed to be on Friday, now it's moved to Saturday, the very next day, and you can't, that's inconveniencing you completely, then you shouldn't be going anyway. You should be checking yourself anyway. You should be saying, I can't afford this anyway. Nick J, the chocolate drop, making for 50% of the queens of the ring in the building. Peace of bless, queen. Just getting here. Is it off? No, it's not off. I'm just addressing these people that are leading these false narratives about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez because they don't like Terrence Crawford. You got Oscar out here talking about, yeah, you see, Crawford got exposed. He's old and he's inactive. What? He said, just go to T-Mobile. No, he wants to do it in a big venue. One old guy opinion. What's up, family? Rich Porter, what's up, family? G tatted up nephew in the super chat. He said, blessings to the TBE of covering Boston. Salute. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, nephew. You understand me? So if one day, if moving hold on. If Hood Rich, what's up, family? If moving the fight one day is inconveniencing you that much, then guess what you need to do? Not go. You need to get your finances in order. Curtis Robinson, what's up? Say cool Bilal, what's up? Eugene Pearson, what's up, family? That's it. That's all. Moses Guzman, what's up? You feel me? So, Carl Batson, what's up? This is a major fight. And now these people trying to tell you this ain't a major fight. No, this is, who said this was the biggest fight in boxing? Okay, I need y'all to tell me. Bones Fighting Bones, what's up? DL Miller, what's up? Tell me what's the biggest fight in boxing. Somebody put me a fight that's bigger than Canelo Crawford in the chat. What's a bigger fight? Based off of what Oscar said. Oscar said Canelo is old and got exposed. So we can't include Canelo. He said Crawford is old and got exposed. Can't include Crawford. Fame said Canelo Benavidez. You can't. How can Canelo got exposed and he old? So if Canelo make for 50% of the Crawford, how can him and Benavidez be that? Isn't Benavidez just going to, isn't that a mismatch? Hood Rich said Tank versus Shakur. It can't be because Shakur don't sell. He boring. Shakur's boring. He don't sell. Right? He said Devin versus Shakur. How? Devin is boring. He's a runner. He's a track star. Shakur is boring. He's a runner. He's a track star. So how could that be more exciting? How? Kyle Fly, Tank versus Shakur, simple. How? Shakur don't sell. Shakur don't sell more than Crawford. He don't sell more than Canelo. He boring, right? So him and Tank is the biggest fight in boxing now? How? You got 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. 2 highly accomplished guys. In Crawford and Canelo. And you telling me a guy that don't sell, that's boring. All y'all tell me is Shakur is boring. He can't punch. He ain't a knockout artist. He don't sell. Now he's the biggest fight in boxing with Tank. Fool A Earthman, what's up? Make this make sense, man. Manager Calvin, what's up? I tried to fix the top. It's broken again? Again? Oh, I don't know. But when I came down, it was sticking up the back, so I put it back. I clicked it back on. So, Heisman Andrews, what's up? J. Paul Canelo, stop it. Mr. Infinity, what's up, family? These people are idiots if they think Canelo versus Crawford is not the biggest fighting bout. Right. You got 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. Ladida 07 Deuce 4, what's up? Just being E, what's up? Now, let me tell y'all something. Spam 619, he said Benavidez Bivol. It can't be. Because y'all said that Bivol and Beterbiev was boring. Didn't y'all say y'all don't want to see a trilogy because Bivol is boring? Now Bivol and Benavidez is the biggest fight? It's bigger than Canelo and Crawford? Come on, man. D. Rich Richardson, what's up, family? Mark Wonderly, what's up? Come on, man. Mind the Mansa Musa LLC, what's up? Wasn't y'all just crying that nobody want to see Beterbiev and Bivol? It was boring. They didn't engage. How? Joe Johnson, what's up? Bruce Simmons, what's up? No, Hood Rich, I'm just going off of what everybody say. See, this is the thing. DL Miller, what's up? See, people talk so much. Drew Titan LLC, the Drew, my brother, what's up, family? Jim Black, what's up? People talk so much, right? Angel Seriani, please bless us, Queen. So people talk so much, they talk too much. That's what happens. You complain so much every day, then you feel like then you forget what you said, and now you're trying to backtrack. No, Shakur and Tank. You said Shakur's boring. Why you want to see him fight Tank? Freedom March, what's up? Man, it took Shakur, how many rounds? What was it, 8 rounds? It took Shakur 8 rounds to knock out an electrician. Shakur don't sell. He boring. It took him 8 rounds to knock out an electrician. Mr. Big Play Bray, what's up? Naeem Amir, what's up? Chris Legg, what's up, family? 9 rounds. Okay, 9 rounds. Thank you, L-Dub. It took Shakur 9 rounds to knock out an electrician. Y'all was complaining. If that was Tank, Tank would have did it in this. This is why Tank ain't got to fight him. He don't sell. He don't do nothing. James Mitchell, what's up? Now, all of a sudden, Tank and Shakur is the biggest fight in boxing. Bigger than Canelo and Crawford. That's me. What's up? It can't be that's me. It can't be Inoue versus Tank because they saying that this is a circus with Crawford and Canelo because Crawford is going up too much weight. So if Crawford is going up from 154 to 168, I can count. I won awards for math, didn't I, Pooh? I won a more. You heard my wife, she said yes. I won awards for math. Now I can count. 154 to 168. That's 14 pounds, isn't it? So if Inoue go from 122 to 135, come on, man. From 122 to 135, that's 13 pounds, isn't it? That's 13 pounds, isn't it? So how could that be the biggest fight in boxing? Underscore Big Spill. What's up, family? I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out because when I say Shakur versus Tank, man, he ain't do nothing.
Hello, Derek. This is CPS Pharmacy.
He ain't do nothing. Warren Smith, what's up? Matrix Theory, what's up? He ain't never did nothing. Shakur is boring. He don't sell. He don't do this. He don't do that. When I've been calling for Tank versus Shakur, he don't sell. He don't do this. He don't do that. Why do Tank gotta fight him? Now it's the biggest fight in boxing. How? Make it make sense. How? I want to know how. Don't make sense, right? You got Bernard Hopkins talking about, hey, man, Terrence Crawford going up to fight Canelo is a money grab. He only doing it for money. It don't even make sense. Why would you risk your life to go up there for money? It don't make sense. It's not worth it. This is what Bernard Hopkins told you, right? Now let's go to the videotape. This is what Bernard Hopkins told you. Right? Now, last time I checked, Bernard, and he said he didn't even look good. Khalil Hughes, what's up? Darren Wheeler said your content is whack now. Cool. Don't worry about it. But you still watching. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Losers. Capital L. Waz, what's up? So Bernard Hopkins fought Jermaine Taylor in July of 2005. He lost, split decision. He rematched Jermaine Taylor in December of 2005. He lost, unanimous decision. He didn't look great in either one of those fights. That was at 160 pounds. That was at 160 pounds. Anthony X, what's up? Guess what he did in his next fight? Guess what Bernard Hopkins did in his next fight? Guess what he did? You got it. He went from 160 to 175 in June of 2006, and he fought Antonio Tarver at 175. Master Messiah, what's up, family? Last time I checked, that's 15 pounds. And he was much older than Terence Crawford. He was much older than Terence Crawford. So was that a money grab? So then I seen people say, Brooklyn Light, what's up? Then I seen people say, yeah, but Tarver used to fight at 54 and 60. Well, guess what? Canelo fought at 147 and 54. Orb Jones, what's up? Lucian, what's up? Jaime Palmer, 7'6", what's up? Canelo fought at 147 and 54. So what are you talking about? Oh, Bernard Hopkins must have forgot he did that, huh? At a much older age. He must have forgot he did that. Okay, now let's go to the videotape, okay? Let's continue to go. There's one guy by the name of Saul Canelo Alvarez, whom you might have heard of. Right? Whom you might have heard of. Right? Yeah, this is what they said, L-Dub. Tarver fought at 54 and 60. No, he didn't. He fought at 68 and 75. But nonetheless, and Tarver's my guy. Scorpio 1176. What's up? But just to entertain them, L-Dub, I tell them, okay, no problem. But Canelo fought at 47 and 54 then. Tarver fought at 68 and 75. But okay, Maurice Baker, what's up? Now, check this out. Let's go to one Saul Canelo Alvarez, who fought Daniel Jacobs, by the name of Danny Jacobs out of Brooklyn, New York. Brownsville, never ran, never will. He fought Danny Jacobs in May of 2019 at 160 pounds. His very next fight, in November of 2019, he fought Sergey Kovalev at 175. So he jumped from 160. Band up. What's up, nephew? Salute. So Canelo jumped from 160 to 175. Another fighter did it? Like Bernard Hopkins? Another fighter went from 160 to 170, 15 pounds? That's more weight than Terence Crawford from 54 to 68. Adam, what's up? J-Man, what's up? Sage of 12, my brother in Super Chat. Hey, Blue, just coming in. Salute, family. The Cardenas, what's up? Texas 16 South, what's up? Cardenas said, but Canelo was 15. I don't care how old he was. I'm saying he fought at lower weight classes, period. Period. Do y'all know Tommy Hearns went from 154 to 175? And I played the audio for you. Let me play it for y'all again. Like to hear it? Here it goes. You like to hear it? Here it goes. Let me play it for y'all again. For the people in the back that might not have remembered or might have missed out on this.
You had a guy, Tommy Hearns, who lost 15 pounds to go down to a lighter weight. Talk about the impact of that.
Thomas' case was very unusual. He was the junior middleweight champion of the world, which you may or may not understand. That's 154 pounds. And then we decided we wanted to fight for the light heavyweight title. We skipped two weight divisions, the 160 and the 168, and went up to the light heavyweight, which was 175. And he actually came into the ring heavier than the world champion and won that title. And then we wanted to be the first guy to win championships in 4 different weight divisions. So we decided to go back to 160 pounds. And so he lost 15 pounds and successfully won the middleweight championship. But the trick to that was we actually ate big dinners late at night. while we would be playing cards for him to pick up the extra weight. And we just did just the opposite. For him to lose the weight, we decided he would eat nothing after 6 o'clock at night. And we had this only thing we did different. And he came in the ring with all those different weight divisions, very strong.
Wait a minute. What did the late, great, legendary Emmanuel Stewart just say, people? What did the late, great, legendary Emmanuel Stewart just say?
You had a guy, Tommy Hearns, who lost 15 pounds to go down to a lighter weight. Talk about the impact of that.
Thomas' case was very unusual. He was the junior middleweight champion of the world, which you may or may not understand. That's 154 pounds. And then we decided we wanted to fight for the light heavyweight title. We skipped two weight divisions, the 160 and the 168, and went up to the light heavyweight, which was 175. And he actually came into the ring heavier than the world champion and won that title. And then we wanted to be the first guy to win championships in 4 different weight divisions. So we decided to go back to 160 pounds. And so he lost 15 pounds and successfully won the middleweight championship. But the trick to that was we actually ate big dinners late at night while we would be playing cards for him to pick up the extra weight. And we just did just the opposite. For him to lose the weight, we decided he would eat nothing after 6 o'clock at night. And we had this only thing we did different. And he came in the ring with all those different weight divisions, very strong.
So Tommy Hearns did it. Was it a circus? See, this is what I'm telling y'all, man. When y'all be having people on these platforms that don't know history about the sport of boxing, don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, right? They fanboys, okay, for specific fighters. That's it. That's all. Right? They'll tell you this is a circus and a money grab for Terrence Crawford. They'll tell you this is a money grab or a circus. Crawford just won a bag. But then you see he's actually bigger than Canelo when they face off. How does he just want a bag? How's he not trying to dare to be great? I'm asking y'all this question. Yoni Crab, what's up? Right? How come there's only one person I've seen on anything in boxing say Crawford is just daring to be great? That was Errol Spence. CKK, what's up? That was Errol Spence. Everybody else's agenda is always he's too small. He's looking for a money grab. It's a circus. Nobody want to see it. Rickster 777 said what? I'm asking you, who do you see saying that Terrence Crawford is daring to be great? When Canelo went to fight Sergey Kovalev and Bivol and he lost, they said he was just daring to be great. When Tank Davis went from 130 and fight Mario Barrios at 140, 10 pounds, they said he was just daring to be great. When Roberto Duran do it, he's daring to be great. When Duran jumped to fight Iran Barkley, he was just daring to be great. When Roy Jones did it, right? Nobody say he just daring to be great. They had no choice because it was such a big jump. They had no choice to tell you Roy Jones was daring to be great because it was such a big jump from light heavyweight to heavyweight. Right? So they had to say it. They didn't want to say it. So how did they dispute it? How did they push back? They told you, well, he beat John Ruiz. He picked the weakest link at heavyweight. He didn't fight Mike Tyson, Holyfield, or Lennox Lewis. Why is it? When have you seen them say that black fighters jumping up in weight classes is daring to be great? Everybody else do it is daring to be great. Manny Pacquiao does it is daring to be great. Roberto Duran do it, daring to be great. Canelo do it, daring to be great. Lulu, what's up? How come nobody's saying that Terrence Crawford is daring to be great? Why isn't the narrative that Terrence Crawford is daring to be great? Why aren't they telling you that? Hey, man, Terrence Crawford just daring to be great, man. I wish him well. No, they saying it's a money grab. He going to get knocked out. Canelo's too heavy. Canelo's too big. Turki don't know what he's doing. Nobody wants to see this fight. It's a circus. They talking negative about it. Oscar De La Hoya. Crisco Boston, what's up? Oscar De La Hoya. Do you know going from welterweight to junior middleweight is a halfway point of what Terrence Crawford is trying to do? Do y'all realize that? Just going from welterweight to junior middleweight is 7 pounds. Do y'all realize that? That's a 7-pound jump. That's the halfway mark. And that's only one division. Y'all didn't hear what I said. That's going up one division is the halfway mark from going from 147 to 154. That's a 7-pound jump. Terrence Crawford is going up 14 pounds. That's 2 divisions. But they're not telling you Crawford is daring to be great. Oscar De La Hoya is telling you Crawford got exposed by Israel Majumov. Well, did he tell you that Virgil Ortiz got exposed by Serhat Boachuk? Kevin Snow, what's up? Huh? Did Virgil Ortiz get exposed by Serhat Boachuk? Did Oscar ever tell you that? Did Oscar ever say Serhat Boachuk exposed Virgil Ortiz? Well, the reason they say that, Carrie Pete, yes, the weight class actually starts at 61, but the reason that people say this is because you know he's not going to come in much less than 68, right? And Canelo has the option to come in at 68 and then rehydrate bigger than that. So that's why they say that. Kyle Fly, my brother, he said, right, Blue. No, he didn't, but your point stands. The bar for Crawford is huge. Right. Because they want to discredit Terrence Crawford, people. I told y'all already what this about. Y'all not paying attention. Blade the Sharpest, what's up? Y'all not paying attention. Serhat Boachuk arguably beat Virgil Ortiz. Did you hear Oscar De La Hoya running around talking about his 26-year-old fighter Virgil Ortiz got exposed by Serhat Boachuk and need more time? No, he told you that it was a great fight. That man was dropped twice in the fight and arguably lost. When you seen Crawford hit the canvas? But he wants Virgil Ortiz, who got exposed by Serhat Boachuk, to fight Terrence Crawford, though, or to fight Jaron Ennis. Why he want him to fight them if he got exposed? How could that be a big fight, Oscar? Your fighter got exposed. Make this make sense. Your fighter got exposed. How could he be in a big fight? Arizona Scorpion, what's up? And then he says, oh, well, because Virgil dominated Israel Majumov. First, he didn't dominate Israel Majumov. And Majumov, we know, wasn't the same. I give him credit for beating Israel. Yeah, and Mean Machine dropped Virgil, too. Thank you, Elder. I forgot about that. Was Virgil exposed then, Oscar? Let me ask Oscar a question. Was Williams Zepeda, you talk about how big of a fight Williams Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson is. Williams Zepeda got exposed by an old Tevin Farmer who came up in weight. What about that, Oscar? Ain't that your fighter? Didn't Williams Zepeda get exposed by Tevin Farmer in 2 fights? He a cherry pick gone wrong. 130-pound champion moved up. Dropped Williams Zepeda. Zepeda got a gift in the first fight. Got hurt bad in the second fight. Almost lost the second half. And Farmer had a broken hand. Tevin Farmer had a broken hand. So what happened with that, Oscar? Did Williams Zepeda get exposed by old Tevin Farmer, who can't punch? Tevin Farmer got 8 knockouts in 40 fights. And he hurt Williams Zepeda multiple times and dropped him. Why didn't Williams Zepeda knock him out? Did he get exposed? Oscar? But you're telling the world how big of a fight Shakur and Zepeda is. How can it be a big fight when Shakur is boring? All he do is run. He can't punch. And Williams Zepeda got exposed. Orb Jones, what's up? Williams Zepeda got exposed. And Shakur can't punch. He a runner. He a track star. He don't sell. So how can it be a big fight, Oscar? Then you said Shakur was running and ducking the big fight. He turned it down. The big fight. He don't want the big fight. How? How? You see what I'm talking about? So you got Bernard Hopkins out here just pushing a false agenda against Terrence Crawford. Jesse R., what's up? Oscar out here pushing an agenda against him. You got these dudes pushing an agenda against Turkey, talking about Turkey ran out of money. That's why he putting it on pay-per-view. L-Dub Boxing, my brother, the boxing plug. L-Dub, you got serious connections. That's why your name is the boxing plug. L-Dub, when did Turkey Al-Sheikh say that this fight was going to be on free TV? Maybe I missed something. Maybe I wasn't privy to something. Chris Legg, what's up, family? Maybe I missed something. When did Turkey say this was going to be on free TV? Student 7 teacher, what's up? Did I miss something, people? I don't remember Turkey saying this is going to be on free TV. Adam, what's up? I see Crawford doing what Benavidez would have also done, beat that. Yeah, they don't want Crawford to do it, though. They don't want Crawford to do it. They don't want him to be the one to do it. He represents dominance. I try to keep telling y'all, man. Y'all don't see these errors? The baton, who's passing the baton to who? Y'all don't see that? It's no disrespect to nobody else, but it's clear to see. Will Smith, what's up, family? It went from Muhammad Ali era to the Sugar Ray Leonard era. That was the Four Kings. Went from the Four Kings era to the Pernell Whitaker era, right? To the Roy Jones era, to the Mike Tyson era, to the the list just goes on and on and on. Amani Shakur, what's up? And it's no disputing who is the king of their eras. Y'all hear me? Gary Childress, what's up? Muhammad Ali era, ain't no disputing who was the king of his era. Mike Tyson era, there's no disputing who was the king of his era. Roy Jones, there's no disputing who's the king of his era. Pernell Whitaker, there's no disputing who's the king of his era. Floyd Mayweather. And Andre Ward. It just continues to go on and on and on. Everybody else has splash Flash moments. Their dominance goes a decade or more. Mr. Holmes, Oscar De La Hoya had an error. When? Because he arguably lost to Pernell Whitaker. He had a short period of time. No doubt, great fighter. Short period of time. How many years? Floyd dominated for decades. Mike Tyson, decade. Sugar Ray Leonard, decades. Roy Jones. Huh? Come on now. Talk to me. Angel Sirianni, peace and blessings, Queen. She said in the last month, I've seen so many channels hate on Blue, and what they all have in common is they push narratives and have favoritism. Yeah, they're not fans of the sport of boxing. They mad that I tell the truth. See, they can't do what I do. Pugilist Shiznit, what's up? They run around telling you false narrative about a specific fighter. That's all they could do. And they talk about the same fighter every day, Tank Davis. Because they understand, as long as I say something good about Tank Davis, his fans going to support me. Dwayne T, what's up? That's all. Most Lord, what's up? Yeah, if I tell you that Tank Davis the greatest fighter, yeah, if I get on here and tell you, man, Tank Davis the greatest fighter, yeah, man, yeah. That's all they do. Oh, great news. Tank Davis did this. Tank Davis. They riding the coat wave. They ain't Tank Davis fans. They riding this coat wave. That's all. Rashad Wilson, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said, I think Oscar might be using again. You talking negatively about a super fight in a sport you promote, and instead of trying to get your fighter on the card. Right. Exactly. And then this is the thing about boxing, right? It's the most ridiculous disloyal sport in all the sports, right? Because Turkey is saying it's the biggest fight in boxing. Turkey is feeding Oscar De La Hoya, yet Oscar De La Hoya is going against Turkey. Man, how could this be the biggest fight in boxing? How could this be the biggest fight in boxing? Make it make sense. Think about that. This dude feeding you, and you trying to knock him for putting on an event. He must have did something you ain't like. Yeah. So how could this be the biggest fight in boxing? Turkey is the one saying it's the biggest fight in boxing. Quincy Carter, what's up, family? Now Oscar told me, how could it possibly be? This is what he said. Look what he said. Canelo, look, I'm going to go down the list of things that he said. How outlandish. How outrageous of Oscar to say such a thing. So this is what he says. He goes, so hear me out. This is what he says. So hear me out. This is Oscar. Now, not me. This is Oscar. Right? He says, so hear me out. Crawford will be 38 and Canelo is 35. Crawford hasn't fought in a year and got exposed by Israel Madrimov, in my opinion. Canelo has been getting exposed for the past 5 years. Past few years. Can anyone please explain to me how this is the biggest fight in boxing? Who you hear saying it's the biggest fight in boxing all the time? Patrick Martinez, what's up? That would be Turki Al-Sheikh, right? So clearly, he's throwing jabs at Turki Al-Sheikh. Jay Buzzy, what's up? Clearly, right? So now Canelo. So if Canelo's getting exposed, right? This is what he said. You see it right there. So if Canelo been getting exposed, William Moore, what's up? Now my brother says that Patrick Martinez, he said the Mexican Monster versus Canelo is the biggest fight in boxing right now, but we know who's scared. Now, I agree Canelo's ducking him, but how could that be the biggest fight in boxing when Oscar's saying Canelo been getting exposed for years? If Canelo been getting exposed for years, then how could Canelo versus Benavidez be the biggest fight in boxing? Isn't that a mismatch? If Canelo is old, Canelo 35, and getting exposed, well, him fighting a 28-year-old Mexican monster who's 6'2", fighting at 175 pounds, isn't that a mismatch? Salute, Lulu. Isn't that a mismatch? How can that be the biggest fight in boxing? Canelo don't stand a chance, right? I'm asking for a friend. Canelo doesn't stand a chance. Hazel Banks, what's up? He don't stand a chance. Iki Alundu, what's up? But if Canelo still has the juice, then how could this not be the biggest fight when Terrence Crawford is way more accomplished than David Benavidez? Make this make sense, people. Make this make sense. If Canelo still got the juice, he's getting ready to fight a guy who's by far the most accomplished fighter right now in boxing. Who's more accomplished than Terrence Crawford? Outside of now Manny Pacquiao, that's coming back. Up with it, what's up? Royal Bloodline, what's up? Ruben Gonzalez, what's up? Name me somebody who's more accomplished active right now than Terrence Crawford. Who's more accomplished than Terrence Crawford? Ruben Gonzalez, he said Usyk, Inoue, and Bivol. Now, Ruben, how can Usyk be more accomplished than Crawford when Crawford is a 4-division champion and became a 2-division undisputed champion before Usyk? How can Inoue be more accomplished than Terrence Crawford when Inoue is a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion, but Terrence Crawford did it first before he did? How could Bivol be more accomplished than him when Bivol is a 1-division champion and undisputed in 1 division? How? Explain to me how. Explain to me how, Ruben Gonzalez. Exactly, D-Boy. That's why I just said he's a 2-division champion and undisputed in 2 divisions, but he became undisputed in 2 divisions after Terrence Crawford did it. So tell me, Ruben Gonzalez, how could they be more accomplished than Terrence Crawford? Dal Rodriguez, what's up? Number of divisions is meaningless when there is no top weight. What? That makes no sense. What are you talking about? Okay, let's say you remove 2 divisions from Terrence Crawford. He's still undisputed in 2 separate weight classes before Usyk did it. Now what? DT, what's up? How could you exceed the original person that did it, that broke history? If I score 100 points and then you score 100 points a year or so after I did, how could you surpass me? I set the bar. I set the bar. So explain to me, how could that be the case at all? Please explain that to me. Make it make sense. DOG 215, my brother, what's up, family? Smash the like button, man. Let's get them likes up, man. We should have 500 likes right now. Professor X, what's up, family? Ruben Gonzalez means Usyk give up a lot of weight advantage and still beats the men 30 to 40 pounds. No, please stop. Stop lying. Now you're just lying, man. Now you're just lying. See what I'm talking about? He fought at cruiserweight. That had a weight limit. Please stop lying. So then that means you have to subtract the weight class. That means he's a 1 division by your method, right? If you're talking about because there's no weight limit. Okay, cool. He only did that in 1 weight class. Not so smart guy. The other weight class had a limit on it. It was cruiserweight. So that means you got to subtract another weight class. That means he only did it in 1 weight class. And Terrence Crawford didn't beat any welterweights. He beat the best welterweights in the world. Please stop. You're talking to me. I'm not your average fanboy. I don't have pom-poms in my hand, high-fiving and chest bumping. I know the sport of boxing. So what are you talking about? Usyk beat Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Terrence Crawford beat Sean Porter, Kell Brook, and Errol Spence. He beat the best welterweights in his division, just like Usyk beat the best heavyweights in his division. Latanya Santos, peace and blessings, Queen. Kevin Jackson, what's up? So please, what are you talking about? Help me understand. Marquise Young, what's up? Better stop sleeping on Bud. LOL, I learned the hard way betting on Spence. He a beast. Luciano family, what's up, family? For sure. So what are you talking about? Exactly. Like I said, y'all be talking just to talk. A beast that hasn't fought anyone in their prime. Lies. Errol Spence is younger than him. And if okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. These hair ethers, these haters. So you said he a beast that hasn't fought anyone in his prime. So Usyk fought fighters in his prime. Anthony Joshua was in his prime. Tyson Fury was in his prime. I'm asking for a friend. You saw Tyson Fury in his prime? Colin Frederick, what's up, family? What's up, family? Tyson Fury was in his prime. Usyk was in his, Joshua was in his absolute prime. Tyson Fury was in his prime because they lost. I'm getting feedback from you, great brother. Because they lost. I'm getting feedback from you, great brother.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Salute my brother Claymore Rain in the building. My brother, my Coles, what's up?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hold on. One moment. I got a new setup. gotta get my headphones. I ain't finished. I got someone. I'll be all right.
All right, for sure. So, so the brother said they was in their prime. So who? So Tyson Fury was in his prime. Tyson Fury was in his prime. Was he? Crazy Kid Custom, what's up? He was? Huh? I'm Ruben Gonzalez. Tyson Fury was 35 years old. He was in his prime and had some brutal fights with Deontay Wilder. That was Tyson Fury in his prime? Was he? H-Dub, what's up, family? Right. Trapville 9K, what's up? People was literally saying Fury had no leg. Fried. Rick Timms III, what's up, family?
All right. Mic check. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
You getting feedback?
You can hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you. You hear me?
Yep. Darian Davis, what's up? He said Crawford doesn't get hate. He gets called out for not having a resume or fighting the best could have fought. Okay.
I ain't finished hooking up on my stuff. I got a new
setup. Yeah. So who could he have fought that he didn't fight? Dwayne 2111. What's up, family? Ruben Gonzalez. Who could he have fought that he didn't fight? Go ahead and tell us. Who could he have fought, Ruben? You gotta start making this make sense, bro.
All right.
Yeah, of course you can't tell me. You can hear me?
Nah. Yeah, now I hear you clear. Yep.
Okay. Salute, great brother.
What's good, family?
Same old.
By tomorrow, I'll have everything hooked up. I don't need my damn headphones. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But it is what it is, though. What's good with y'all, man?
Cooking on these false narratives that they pushing about Turkey and this Canelo Crawford fight. And
the hatred.
Right. Yeah. It's ridiculous, right? Donnie D 1954, Triple OG. What's up, family? Bivol has fought 2 pound-for-pound fighters a total of 3 times, all recent. Crawford fought a guy in the top 5 pound-for-pound in Errol Spence. He also fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, who was top 7 pound-for-pound fighters in the world when he fought him. But you wouldn't know that because you're not a fan of the sport of boxing.
So discrediting the value of this fight on what, like, what's discrediting it on what is there to discredit about the fight?
So what's going on?
A pound for pound.
Okay, so what's going on here is, did you see everything that's going on with this Turkey moving the date of the fight and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I hear that it's going on the 13th now instead of the 12th.
Right.
That's what they're saying.
So the issue, so now you see people were saying that they're moving the date because they can't sell out the venue. They're moving the date and the location because there's no money. So Turkey is putting it on pay-per-view now because there's no money. It's not going to be on Netflix. It's going to be in Riyadh season. Just misinformation and just misleading to people. Okay, Riyadh season is not a network. That's first and foremost. It is exactly what it is. It's a season, right? Riyadh season is a celebration. It's nothing different than Mexican Independence Day weekend or Cinco de Mayo or whatever else, 4th of July, where we celebrate. They celebrate Riyadh season, right? Where they celebrate sports and different things, right? Ray Davis, what's up, my brother? Right? Sergeant Page, what's up? So that's what Riyadh season is about. So
Right.
Riyadh season, and now people are saying, well, he moved it from this to Riyadh season. No, what are you talking about?
I mean, so let's say, look, Ring Magazine and Riyadh season, right? Riyadh season is a separate, like, Ring Magazine is more of Turkey's, you know what I'm saying, thing that he's doing. That's more him exclusively out of his pockets, and Riyadh season is more so affiliated with the Saudi Arabia movement. But my thing is, what, money's running out? What are you talking about? Donald Trump just came from Saudi Arabia yesterday morning and just got $600 billion, $142 billion thrown to the military in his work, and promised $1 trillion. We got to stop playing games about the money being an issue when it comes to these, when it comes to these Saudi Arabians, right? Like, that's just nonsense. Get out of here with that nonsense. Now, moving the venue, I don't know why they might be wanting to move the venue. Maybe there's a lot of things involved with it. I don't know if they're moving it or if they're not moving it, but what does that have to do with the legitimacy of the fight?
Now, I explained the reason. Let me explain to you what the reason behind that is, okay? With the venue. Chaz Bleak, what's up, family? Okay, so remember, I've been saying and I've been reporting that initial date was going to be September 13th. That was the initial date to begin with, right? What happened is Allegiant Stadium committed to UNLV football to allow them to play a game on September 13th. So Turkey conceded and said, okay, no problem. I'll sacrifice and do it September 12th, the Friday before the game.
Right.
But from what I'm being told is that Turkey is not happy putting on the fight on that Friday instead of the Saturday. So he's going back to them and he's like, listen, what can we do to make it on the 13th? If not on the 13th, then I might have to look to relocate.
Right.
Because I don't want to do it on Friday. I really want to do it on a Saturday.
Right.
So it's not about money, or it's not about not being able to sell arena or things of that nature.
Right.
He just wants it. He would much rather. Initially, he's like, okay, we could do it on Friday, but he changed his mind. He don't want to do it on Friday. He wants to do it on Saturday, which is understandable. So he's like, listen, this is a big fight. It's the biggest fight in boxing. I don't really want to do it on Friday. I would much rather do it on Saturday. So if I got to change the date and the location, that's why it was announced that the 13th, right? Because his thing is, hey, we're doing it on 13th with or without Allegiant Stadium. Now, y'all can get on board or not. You follow me? And so now people are like, oh, see, Turkey don't know what he's doing. Turkey, no, he just changed his mind. You frozen, great brother. Right? He just simply changed his mind. Inyi Greg Cheeto, what's up? Yeah, he spoke on Africa, but he's been planning to do fights in Africa. He actually wanted to do F.A. Ajaba versus Martin Bakoli and Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua in Africa. You see what I'm saying? 7 Figures said, word to my mommy, super fight should be on Saturdays. Well, here's the thing about that. See, this is the thing people don't know. These are the things people don't know. They don't educate themselves. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Okay? You got to understand, 7 Figures. Do you know what date Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard was on? You know what date that was, 7 Figures? Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard? You know what date Tommy Hearns versus Marvin Hagler was? That was a Tuesday and a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, or Tuesday and Thursday or something like that.
I gotta hardwire this internet.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one of Muhammad Ali fights, which fight Muhammad Ali had, was on like a Thursday as well. Was it him and Frazier or something like that? It was on like a Thursday.
Right. Well, no, was it Frazier and wasn't it wasn't that Rumble in the Jungle in the middle of the week?
Yeah, one of them was in like a Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, once again, value of the fight. I don't understand the whole entire. I mean, I understand it. I understand that it's a whole lot of hating going on in the space when it comes to Terrence Crawford. You know, ever since Errol Spence, the face of urban boxing, you know what I'm saying, took a L, it became necessary that Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, be knocked down. First it was Jerome Boots Ennis to go for the hit, then it was Madrimov, you know what I'm saying, and now of course you know, he can't beat Canelo Alvarez because, or if he fights Canelo Alvarez, this is a big issue, but the issue is that if he beats Canelo Alvarez, he really gonna stick it to y'all. Let's be honest. I mean, what other reason would there be to sit there and, if y'all hate Terrence that much, just let him go up there and get his behind whooped, right? But no, there's a fear. There's a fear, a weird fear. It's awkward to watch guys do that, watch grown men act that way, but there's a fear of him achieving something great and adding something else to his resume that he can hold over your head. That's it. What other reason? Who cares? David Benavidez is about to go up to cruiserweight and challenge. He's probably going to fight Zurdo Ramirez, being that there's no fight at the light heavyweight division waiting on him. Anthony Yardy and Caleb Smith are negotiating their fight. There's nobody else there. He's probably about to go up to the cruiserweight division, 25 pounds up from the light heavyweight division to go compete for a belt. Nobody's going to say that there's weight classes for a reason. They're not going to say that. Mm-hmm. Right? He's going up 25 pounds, and then he's going to cut the 25 pounds, come down and try to unify in the light heavyweight division. That's what he's going to do. Nobody's going to say nothing to him.
Right.
Nothing's going to say nothing to him.
Right.
So why the heat for Terrence? It makes no sense. They don't, except for what I said earlier, which is really what it is.
Right. It just boils down to people just don't like Terrence Crawford. It just makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Like we gotta be real. You know what I mean? It's just you know what it is? It's just a bunch of misleading people that just don't want to tell the truth about the sport of boxing. They're not fans of the sport of boxing. They're fans of fighters. Right. And there's more and more casual people being fans of fighters than fans of the sport of boxing. That's right. The problem. You know what I'm saying? And social media and things of that nature has created an avenue for people. You could just you could wake up today, be like, man, I like this fighter. Now all of a sudden you get on social media and these platforms, and then all of a sudden now you know, you're a boxing savant and you can talk boxing and don't know no history about it. Don't know no history about it. Right? But this is the things that people will tell you. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Well, people been hating on Crawford since before the Tank beef, though. People don't like Terrence Crawford, and they don't even know why. Again, the whole situation with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence was just a lot of contradictions. Did Terrence Crawford contradict himself? Yes, 1,000% with the Errol Spence situation. 1,000%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? But the fact remains is that we got the fight. It didn't matter. It is what it is. The best man won. That's it. That's all. But people cannot accept. They can't accept that fact. The best man won the fight. It is what it is. But they can't accept that. They can't. So they don't like Terrence Crawford. They don't like Devin Haney. They don't like Shakur, right? It's just a bunch of contradictions and false narratives being placed in the sport of boxing. It shouldn't be a place for that. Mo Raw. He said Terrence should fight Boots.
Oh
man, I didn't. Jeff Penfield, what's up, family? Bruh, why do people? This again. People. This is what I was just saying, right, Clay? You can just pick up the sport of boxing. You don't have to have any history. You don't know any. So you just throw things out there, man. He should be fighting Boots. Well, he offered to fight Boots twice. What could he do? Kiki, piece of blessings, Queen.
Bro, Boots is at 147 pounds, looking to finish unifying, and hopefully become undisputed at 147, and then maybe he'll grace 154. Bud hasn't fought at 154 since he fought past June last year, June, when he fought Madrimov. It's not even it's just something to say at this point. You guys know there's no legitimacy to what you're saying when you bring up Boots at this point. You have more of an argument to be like he should fight Jamel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Or Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? I say Virgil Ortiz. But to bring up Boots is just like doesn't look good on you, bro. It doesn't even add up to nothing. But look, at the end of the day, the reality is there's a signed fight between Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. That's the fight he's fighting, bro. That's the fight he's actually fighting. So what are we talking about? Why would you bring up, it's just hatred. You guys would not be saying this if Errol Spence was fighting Canelo Alvarez. If Errol Spence was fighting Canelo Alvarez, they would have been celebrating it. Yo, Errol's about to be trying. He's going to be great. You would have been saying everything under the sun. But meanwhile, the guy who pieced your guy up, stopped your guy, is in a stupid fight if he's fighting against Canelo Alvarez. Literally, the rumor was Errol Spence was checking for Canelo Alvarez after he was going to beat Terrence Crawford. That's what it was. That's what everybody was saying. I didn't hear nobody talking about how crazy that was going to be, how diabolical that was going to be to see Errol Spence in the ring with Canelo. Y'all got to stop, bro. You're grown.
But Clay, to make it worse, the PBC literally put Errol Spence in the 3-fight deal to sign Canelo Alvarez. Teldrin Lathers, what's up? They literally put Errol Spence in the deal to fight for them to sign Canelo Alvarez. He was a part of the deal. And David Benavidez was not.
100%. 100%.
They made sure David Benavidez was not a part of the deal.
Which I think is diabolical. I don't hear nobody talking about that.
But Clay, to make it worse, David Benavidez is signed to the PBC and in his division.
100%. 100%.
They use Errol Spence as bait to sign Canelo Alvarez and say, listen, if you sign here, we'll give you Jamal Charlo, and Errol Spence or Benavidez. And Canelo said no. Roman, what's up? Isaiah Eamon, what's up? He was literally at a catchweight. He was literally a sacrificial lamb, Clay, for them to be able to sign Canelo Alvarez. Hey, we'll give you Errol Spence, man. But now Terrence Crawford do it. It's like, man, come on, man. She can't make this stuff up, man.
Yeah, and as far as salute to the Cardenas, but he's saying, so will he stay at 168? What does that have to do with anything? He's fighting Canelo right now at 168. That's what he's going to do. So what if he doesn't? So what if he retires right afterwards? So what if he goes back down to 154, goes to 160, or stay? I mean, I don't understand what's the relevancy of questions like that. What does that mean? What's the point behind it? He's fighting Canelo. If he beats Canelo, He'll do whatever he feels like doing after that. What does it mean?
Not only that, right, Clay? Did Roy Jones stay a heavyweight?
No, he did his thing with John Ruiz and came down and probably made the biggest mistake of his life.
Did
You know what I'm
Tommy
saying?
Hearns, did Tommy Hearns stay at 175?
No. No,
This
bro.
is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is ongoing. Did Manny Pacquiao, when he fought at a catchweight against Margarito, stay at 154?
Nah.
Did Floyd ventured to 54 3 times? Did he stay at 54?
No.
And move up? No.
Conor Benn just fought Chris Eubanks at 168. He ain't gonna stay up there.
Right.
Or 160, sorry. 160, but he ain't staying up there.
He ain't staying up there. So why does Terrence Crawford have to stay at 75? Thank you, Terrence Wiseman.
Exactly.
He said, hell, did Canelo stay at 175? Right. He didn't even stay at 175.
Why would y'all take a moment like this and try to hate on this man? For what reason? Is anybody going to be honest enough to speak on that? Is any of these people who are against this Terrence Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight going to be honest enough to speak on why they're hating on this fight in a real way? Don't tell me weight classes for a reason. Don't tell me he ain't never fought nobody at 168 before. Don't tell me all the nonsense that we've seen other people already do back in the day. Don't use those excuses because it looks bad. Just keep it 100. I don't like dude. Yo, I don't like him, man. He negotiated with Spence in a dishonest way. You know, he went and took a fight with David Avenesian, and he made Spence wait too long outside the ring, and he gained a bunch of weight. Talk to it. Speak to it. Speak to what you mad about. You want revenge for Errol because you feel like the way Terrence Crawford went about making that fight happen, negotiating to get the money he wanted, you know what I'm saying? Doing everything that he did, you know what I'm saying? Went and fought David Avenesian over a BLK Prime and went and got a bag over there, then came over and fought Errol, and Errol didn't make the weight nice. He didn't cut the weight nice, so it didn't look good, and Terrence took advantage. Go ahead, list these things, but stop it with the nonsense like this dude is doing something that's unheard of and impossible to do and nobody's ever done before, and his guys, nah, bro, this is boxing. This is called daring to be great. This is what the word is called.
I'm glad
daring to be great.
Clay, I'm glad you just said that, because I was literally asking the question, how come nobody is saying that Terrence Crawford is daring to be great? Why is it that he's just too big? It's a money grab. Nobody's saying that he's daring to be great. Only one person, as far as, and I'm not talking about us as media members. I'm talking about certain media members, right? But and fighters and stuff like that, right? The quote unquote mainstream media, right? In boxing, they're not saying he's daring to be great. They're saying it's a money grab. Turki don't know what he's doing. Nobody want to see the fight. He's too small. He's going to get knocked out, right? But nobody's saying he's daring to be great. But when everybody else do it, it's daring to be great.
Yeah.
When Canelo did it, he beat Sergey Kovalev. He was daring to be great. Everybody cheered him on. He goes back up there. He loses the Bivol. Well, he was too small. He was daring to be great. But now Terrence Crawford doing it, it's not daring to be great, though.
Right.
It's a money grab. And I listen to this, Clay. Listen to this.
Lightweight, talk about the impact of that. You had a guy, Tommy Hearns, who lost 15 pounds to go down to a lightweight. Talk about the impact of that.
Thomas' case was very unusual. He was the junior middleweight champion of the world, which you may or may not understand. That's 154 pounds. And then we decided we wanted to fight for the light heavyweight title. We skipped two weight divisions, the 160 and the 168, and went up to the light heavyweight, which was 175. And he actually came into the ring heavier than the world champion and won that title. And then we wanted to be the first guy to win championships in 4 different weight divisions. So we decided to go back to 160 pounds. And so he lost 15 pounds and successfully won the middleweight championship. But the trick to that was we actually ate big dinners late at night while we would be playing cards for him to pick up the extra weight. And we just did just the opposite. For him to lose the weight, we decided he would eat nothing after 6 o'clock at night. And we had this only thing we did different. And he came in the ring with all those different weight divisions, very strong.
Now you heard that, right, Clay? Irvin LeGree, what's up, family?
Yeah.
So Tommy Hearns went from Tay Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. Tommy Hearns went from 154 to 175 and became a world champion there. Then went from 175 to 160 and became a world champion there. So why is people acting like this is something that's never been done? It's unheard of. It's a circus. It's a money grab. It's bizarre. It's what it is. Kendra, what's up, family? No, the fight is not off. I'm just addressing these false narratives. These people just be lying and misleading people. But go ahead, Clay. What's your thoughts on that?
No, it's what's killing the sport. It's what's killing the sport right here in Americans. What's killing American boxing? It's boxing fans doing way more hating and cutting down fights and destroying fights. You know what I mean? And not supporting boxing here, and ultimately becoming fanatics of promotional companies and certain fighters, and not getting into the sport of boxing, not getting into the actual science and fighters being great. And that's what keeps it. I don't want to bring up dude's name, so it is what it is, right? But that's what keeps certain fighters from challenging themselves and fighting the fights that you want to see happening and doing all. Who does? That's all it is. It's a re-education that needs to happen to the boxing space in America. It's killing the sport here, bro. It's killing the sport. When you're looking at other boxers, and I mean, I hear Bernard Hopkins is talking crazy, and Oscar De La Hoya I think is talking crazy too, from what I understand. But most fighters are all into this. Man, that fight's gonna be a good. Man, he's not as fast. He's strong as hell. A great switch hitting fighter, can fight southpaw, can fight orthodox. Deceivingly strong. Great IQ, probably a better IQ than Canelo Alvarez. All these different intangibles that are there that make this fight very interesting. Everybody looks over it and just gets caught up in he was a 147-pound undisputed champion and looked regular at 154. So this fight makes no sense for him to fight Canelo Alvarez, a fighter who fought at 154, who fought at 147, right? Who fought at these weight classes. And everybody knows for a fact Canelo Alvarez is not your regular 168-pound fighter. He's a small 168-pound fighter. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Even when you guys say, so why don't he fight David Benavidez first? David Benavidez is a big old 168-pounder. David Morrell, big old 168-pounder. Canelo Alvarez is a exception to the rule, and it makes sense for that fight to happen. Even after you see the face-off they had in Riyadh, you can see, oh, okay. You can see it. But no, everybody wants to look over that and make this fight sound ridiculous. It's dumb.
Let's listen to Bernard Hopkins real quick.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight,
he said if Crawford, he started this off by saying if Crawford cares about his life. If Crawford cares about his life, listen to this.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo fighting Crawford, and Crawford beats Canelo? With Canelo, I just think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic. It makes sense and less life risking. On top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight, and now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60. No. Be able to at least have something to work with. Then we're going to see another, what they say, boring fight. Not say a smart fight. I understand the money grab. I understand it's about the bag.
Well, what happened when you went to fight Tarver? What was that about? What happens when you was calling yourself the alien? and you was out there fighting way past your age, and everybody said you was crazy, and you had to get knocked out the ring and get your head knocked up against the damn ring bell. What were you doing then? What was that all about?
But Clay, he moved from 160 to 175 to fight Tarver. He
Right.
lost twice to Jermaine Taylor back to back. Then he moved from 160 after losing bad to Jermaine Taylor twice, and then went to 175 to fight Antonio Tarver. That's 15 pounds. Was he risking his life? And how old was Bernard Hopkins when he went from, I think he was like 39.
Yeah, but Bernard Hopkins ain't never been no spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? He's always been defying the odds. I'm shocked to hear him speak that way, but I'm not at the same time, because there's just a certain amount of, the kind of fighter he was, defying all kinds of odds. Why would you not cheer on Terrence Crawford and be like, man, go for yours, bro? Because couldn't nobody tell me not to go for mine.
Right. He said, I understand the money grab. The money grab. Let's listen one more time, Clay. But to say that he's 60 years old right now, right? He's 60 years old right now. When he fought Tarver, that was in like 2005, right? So he was like 40 years old. Right? That's 20 years ago, right?
I'll look it up.
It's 19 years ago. So how old was he? If he's 60 right now. He had to be like 41.
39. 19 years ago? Yeah. 41. Yep.
He's 41 years old. Tom Friend 600, my brother in the super chat. We all know B-Hop works for Coon Central #Goofy. Man, it's unbelievable, bro. John, what's up, baby boy? Love you too, kid. Let's listen to this. But then he said that he's risking his life is bizarre. Risking his life.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo fighting Crawford, and Crawford beats Canelo? With Canelo, I just think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic. It makes sense and less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight. And now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60. No. We have at least have something to work with. Then we're going to see another, what they say, boring fight. Not say a smart fight. I understand the money grab. I understand it's about the bag. Crawford ain't 26.
Crawford ain't 26 and he was 40. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. Like it's so disappointing.
41.
Bro, 41 years old. You jump from 160. And remember, Clay, he was a 54 and 60 career fighter. And you jumped up and you fought Tarver.
Yeah, it don't make any sense, man. It don't make any sense, man. For anybody, it don't make no sense for nobody to hate on this fight, bro. 0 cents, man. 0 cents, bro. Makes 0 sense, man.
It's bizarre.
0 cents, man.
It's bizarre to me, man.
It don't make no sense. I'll be honest, Blue. It ain't bizarre to me because I'm used to this hatred, bro. Like I seen it. Like it's not bizarre, bro. It's like it just is what it is. It's the present state of boxing in America, and especially, let's keep it real, American black boxing. This is what we deal with, bro. If you're not one of a handful of fighters, if you're not one of the fighters on the PBC roster, bro, anything is possible, bro. The hatred can come from any direction for any reason, bro. They don't value it. They don't call for it. They knock every single fighter down who's not a PBC fighter. They knock Keyshawn down. They knock Shakur down. They knock Devin down. They knock Terrence down. They don't care, bro. If you're not under that PBC banner, bro, you're going to catch it. You're going to catch it, bro.
It's
period.
It's
I don't care. I've seen it happen over and over and over and over again, bro. Consistent. Same shit every damn time.
Yeah.
Every damn time. Same thing. Every single time, bro.
It's diabolical.
That's what it is.
Talk about this, man.
That's what it is. Right after Terrence beat Errol. Yep.
Or you got a delay.
What happened?
You got a delay.
I think I think it's you.
No, it's you.
Mic check. It's me?
Mm-hmm.
I got a delay?
Yeah.
No way. I'm running fluent. I'm good. It's you.
No, it's
Hold
not
on.
me.
Mic check. Am I free?
No, you hearing me delayed. See?
Yeah, neither of us is delayed. I think we got a delay between the both of us or something like that.
Us,
But yeah, I'm looking because I got my other computer playing right here. I'm running fluid. You're freezing. Like on my other computer.
I'm freezing?
Yeah, you'll stop. They say you both good over here. You good here. But go ahead. Just ask me the question. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's our connection because I know I'm on my landline now. I don't know, hooked up my internet to my landline, so I'm not on no Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, or nothing.
Yeah. So I wanted to. I was saying that I wanted to talk about the Shakur before we get out of here, man. Shakur and Conor Benn. What's your thoughts on this, man? Because they both agreed to fight at 154. What do you make for Conor Benn? Cool, right? There's no sacrifice for him, right? Like it's just another name. You come into my division. For Shakur, this is a sacrifice, right?
Right.
Are you going to be able to go back down? Because I believe he could beat Conor Benn, right? But are you going to be able to go back down?
Yeah, he's being a little desperate. I don't want to say he's being desperate in a bad way, but it is a bad way where he's willing to sacrifice a lot to make great fights. Shakur is hungry for great fights. He wants to show the world who he is, and he's not getting no act right in his own division. People throwing fighters that he hasn't fought in his face, and he's got, Gervonta Tank Davis, he's not getting no act right. So he's letting it be known that wherever there's a historical fight that there is to be made for good money and for legacy, he's willing to do it. I don't know. He's moving in a way to where, and I'll be honest with you, I'm questioning how much longer he plans on being in boxing. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's how it makes me feel when he does stuff like this. It makes me feel like he's on his way out in a way. Not that he's willing to lose, but he's willing to go up in weight and do something crazy and drastic. He's looking to have a moment. He's looking to make his moment. He's looking to prove something to the world by any means necessary. I don't know how serious he is about fighting Conor Benn. You know what I mean? I don't know how serious he is, but when you have Turki Al-Sheikh sitting there offering a lot of money and he's looking at opportunities to make north of $10 million in a fight, he's becoming focused on the prize fighting part of the game. But at the same time, he understanding that it's going to take him to do something real exceptional and special for him to get that big bag, to break over 10 million, to get a $15 million check or something significant. That's what I see when I see him acting like that. You know what I mean? That's what I see. It makes me feel like he's not going to. Yeah, it makes me feel like he's not going to be here for a long time, or I don't know. Like I said, I always question what's going on with Shakur's hands and how he feels about his career and the longevity of his career.
My thing. So Ray Patterson, what's up? And salute Angels. Peace and blessings, Queen. She said people will always be fans of fighters and fans of the players in the different sports. That's just the way it is. It's the problem when people become naive and delusional of facts. That's all facts, Queen. All facts. Now, here's the thing, right? Right, Clay? Like you said, you don't know how serious he is about doing this, right? If Conor Benn accepted it, right? We saw Conor Benn say, hey, talk is cheap. Let's make it happen. Let's run it. And Shakur responded, right, by saying, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Ivan Lopez, what's up, family? He said, let's do it. If you think you're going to hit me with them power shots, X, Y, and Z, you out your mind, bang, bang, bang. I'm going to chop you up. I'm going to break you down after Williams Zepeda. Now, if we know anything, we know Conor Benn ain't turning down nothing but his collar, which means once you get on this dude radar, he pressing the fight. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? He's absolutely going to press to make this fight happen. You see what I'm saying, Clay?
Right.
So if the fight don't happen, it's going to be on Shakur. So how does that reflect? Because like you said, Clay, he ain't getting no light and no action in his own division. And we know the other fighters is tied up, right? Devin Haney, well, he said he don't want to go to 47, right? So if you don't fight Conor Benn,
but he's going to 54,
and you don't stand on your square, how does that reflect on you? You see what I'm saying? Like, because now you can't be mad at the people. They be like, bro, you contradicting yourself. You see what I'm saying? You can't say, hey, you contradicting yourself. You can't be mad when people are like, bro, you contradicting yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's pushing it. He's becoming hyper focused on this money, man. I could see it in him. He's changing. The moment I heard him talking about he wasn't even tripping about these belts no more, he's in the prize fighting chapter of his career. He wants to get at this money, man. I could tell. You know, the time he spent outside of the ring, you know, with the hand injury, missing out on the money with Joe Cordina, you know what I'm saying, William Zepeda, you know, playing around with him, Floyd Schofield Jr. playing around with him, everything he went through at Top Rank to try to get a big fight and try to make the money, Gervonta Tank Davis not saying the offer of, you know, Frank Martin, you know what I mean, messing up that deal for him to get the money. He's just in a place right now to where if you keep up with Shakur, he just hasn't been making the money he probably feels like he should have been making by now. He hasn't been as active as he feels like he should be. And now he's chasing the bag down. He's chasing it down. And I don't know how good that is, to be honest with you, for him. I really don't know. I think that might be.
And the thing is, salute to nephew.
I know he's a good fighter, though, but I don't know, man. I think he takes it, though. If Turkey
I think he
offers to facilitate it and offers the right money, he's going to take it.
Yeah, I think he's
going front. He's going to take it.
Yeah. Nephew G tatted up. He said, Claymore, he's dead serious because he don't want the fans to say he ducked the smoke. He don't want the fans to look at him like they do Tank. That's what I'm saying. So he got to stand on business.
But he's gonna do it. He ain't gonna take it so he don't look like he ducking smoke. He gonna take it because there's money involved in it. It's a big fight. He gonna take it because he thinks he can win. Shakur is a super confident fighter, bro. He believes he could beat that dude. I believe he could beat that dude. It ain't no pressure on him to do it. If he said it because he meant it. He said it because he feel like he can do it. That's what I believe. I don't think he's just talking.
But is it a circus? Like everybody's saying, because it's 21 pounds now. If Crawford going up 14 pounds is a circus and nobody want to see it, is Shakur going up 21 pounds a circus and nobody want to see it?
They'll say it is. The people who don't like Shakur or who don't like Terrence, or you know, they'll say it. The Tank fans will say it.
I'm talking about the mainstream media, like Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all acting like Shakur a legend. What?
Yeah, we don't even entertain
What?
silly rabbits.
Why do we acting like he a legend? Because we think he
Right?
could beat Conor Benn?
We're talking about the obvious, right? The
Yeah.
fight that they're talking about, and he's talking about we acting like he's a legend. He's trying to fight the best there is to offer, and he can't get the fights. So what's the problem? Alan Lamb, what's up, family? Ray Daves, my brother, he said, Blue and Clay, is this a shot at Tank calling out Conor Benn and then walking away just to steal that fight from Devin? What, Devin is supposed to fight Conor Benn?
No, don't you remember when Tank threw his shot at Conor Benn after Conor Benn had fought Pete Dobson and said,
Right.
I'll fight him next. You know what I'm saying? And then Eddie Hearn tried to send him an offer, and then obviously Tank was just talking crazy, so they ain't put the fight together. So connecting the dots there to say Shakur fights Conor Benn is just a response to fighting a fight that some people may want to argue Tank ducked, being
Right,
that he issued the challenge.
to upstage Tank.
Right. Possible.
Very, very, very. I'm pretty sure he didn't. It didn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. They cool though. Him and Conor Benn are cool. Like they mad cool. So they might be working. They might have spoke about it as well. Just on you know what I mean, we might make that happen. Who knows?
Moral said we don't like pure boxers. We love warriors. You don't like boxing, then?
Yeah.
I mean, to each his own, right, Clay?
Yeah.
To each his own.
They got bare knuckle fighting too. Y'all catch that? Bare knuckle fighting is straight up. You know what I mean?
But how could you be a fan of boxing and not like pure boxers when it's called boxing? And the whole objective of boxing is to hit and not get hit. Gio James Khalil 98, what's up? If you want to see two people just trade without the sweet science, then go stand on your corner in New York or Brooklyn or Chicago or LA and watch those dudes just trade knuckles. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, bare knuckles lit, man. I enjoy a good bare knuckle card every now and then. You know what I mean? Like once or twice a year, catch me a good bare knuckle fight. You know what I mean? I watch
don't say you're a fan of boxing because you're not a fan of boxing.
Right.
Boxing is called the sweet science for a reason.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, nobody, people want to see boxing, pure boxing. That's what boxing is about. It's the sweet science, hit and not get hit. The objective is to make your opponent miss in a phone booth, period. But now, Clay, do you think that he beats Conor Benn? Because I think he beats Conor Benn. And this is no disrespect. I love Conor Benn. Great dude. I just think that Shakur is more skilled, more talented. And I think he could beat Conor Benn. I'll point him, right?
100%.
When he beats Conor Benn, does he come back down to 35? Can his body allow that? I mean, he going to be 28.
I think he'll try, but I don't think it'll be good. I think he'll suffer from it. He'll have a bad weight cut, and then probably, fight the 135 fight, and then go fight at 140 probably.
But he said he ain't even a 40-pounder.
But he will be if he go up there and fight at 154.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So he can't. That's where the problem comes in for me, right? Is that then fighters be like, "Oh, I ain't say," you know what I'm saying? Like, we just gonna hold you accountable what you say. Because you said the Devin fight, T.O. Ryan, you're not fighting those dudes at 47 because you're not a big guy. He just said on the breakfast scale he's barely a 35-pounder. Right?
Right.
So you go to 54 and fight Conor Benn, then guess what, Clay? You beat Conor Benn, we're gonna demand to see you fight welterweights.
Right, they're gonna want to see him fight Boots, and they're gonna want to see him fight.
Yeah, we're gonna want to see you fight Boots. We're gonna want to see you fight Boots. The difference with him and Terrence Crawford is 38 years old and on his way out. And Terrence Crawford is not bigger than any 68-pounders. Where Shakur is he's actually bigger than Amanda Stanionis.
Who's Shakur?
Yeah. Stanionis is like 5'7". Stanionis is not a big dude at all. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? So Brian Norman and Shakur is about the same size.
I know. I never paid attention to their stats like that.
Yeah.
Like comparing them.
Yeah, they're about the same size. Boots is big for a welterweight. 5'10", you know what I'm saying? About
Right.
74-inch arm reach. So Boots is a big welterweight. You feel me? Or that's why people say he's really a junior middleweight. And they're natural welterweights. Standing on is like 5'7", bro. You know what I'm saying? Shakur 5'8". He ain't fall from Devin. He's actually Shakur's about this same size as Rolly Romero. He's just not as muscular.
Yeah, Rolly a big dude.
Yeah, Rolly got more just natural muscle mass, right?
Yeah.
Shakur don't have that, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a fight right there that Rolly is calling for a fight with Shakur.
Rolly calling for a fight with Shakur?
Yeah, he was calling Shakur out, saying he's ducking, so on and so forth.
Rolly?
Yeah, he was going at him heavy.
I know a Shaq he be getting into it with Shakur, but I know Rolly was getting at him too.
And then he says Blair said he's been in the ring with Shakur, and he said Shakur is not even 5'7". He said Shakur's don't please stop listening.
Yeah, I saw Shakur straight up face to face, bro. He ain't no little dude like that, bro. Face to face.
Shakur is not 5'7", brother.
Bro.
I'm 5'10". Shakur is not that much shorter than me.
Nah, not at all, bro.
Not at all.
Not at all, bro.
Not at all.
Yeah, bro. No, that's nonsense.
He's about this. Him and Devin is more rangy than he is. He's more wiry. Right. So Devin looks like he's taller, but Devin is maybe an inch taller. Shakur is not no small. Tank is a little guy. Isaac Pitbull Cruz is super small.
Right.
And I've been in the vicinity, watched them train, been around them, I've been around each and every one of them. I've been in Boots camp. I've seen Stanionis 1,000 times. Brian Norman, of course. No. To say he's not even 5'7" sounds ridiculous. Tank is 5'5". So you telling me Shakur is just an inch taller than Tank? Come on, brother. Big Herm, what's up, family? You think Shakur is only an inch taller than Tank? Man, come on, man. And he's not shorter than Terrence Crawford. So, no. That sounds good. But it's not true. I don't know what Blair Cobbs was on.
Blair Cobbs was trying to get some attention, trying to get active, man. He's been trying to do it for a while. He tried it with Jerron. He tried it with Devin. He tried it with, you know what I mean? Now he's trying it with Shakur. He's been trying to get into a big fight.
Nah, Ray Davis, Boots is not near 6 feet. Me and Boots is about the same height. I just had a picture of me and Boots. No, Boots is not 6 feet. I'm 5'10". Me and Boots are about the same height. Literally. But man, let's get out of here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cook me some food. We'll be back on tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Today I was running around, man. Sorry I was running late. I was in Jersey today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had to run around, dude. Yeah, man. I went to Jersey today.
On the grind.
About 2.5 hours, damn near 3 hours. In the rain. With wifey, went out there to go handle some stuff, came back. That's why when you hit me, I was like, yo, 6:30.
Wait, you went from Jersey back home?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I went to Jersey this morning early, left the crib about like 6:30 this morning, went out there, did what we had to do. Took us a couple hours once we got out there, then, made our way back, got back home pretty much about 30 minutes, 20 minutes before I got on here with you.
Wow.
One of those days, baby. Got to do what you got to do.
I'm with you. I love driving.
Look, I'm a truck driver. I'm a truck driver, bro. It's nothing for me. Wifey was complaining the whole time. About an hour into the trip, she was like, how much longer? Are you serious? I'm like, if you don't take your ass to bed and stuff, man, put your damn headphones on and finish your story, girl. Finish your little Audible book, bro. Stop bothering me so I can focus on this news, man. I got my little podcast, man. You messing my vibe up right now. I'm trying to stay focused. You know, trying to stay focused. You act like complaining gonna make us get there. You know what I mean? You got a little GPS on your phone just like I do. Look it up, girl. Leave me out of it, man. Don't annoy me, bro. One thing I don't want to do is be driving a long time annoyed. You know what I'm saying? Don't annoy me, bro.
Right.
Other than that, I'm good.
I'm with you. But yeah, man, we'll be back on tomorrow. People will come on at 5:30 tomorrow. And cook. And tomorrow's the press conference for Shakur Stevenson,
yeah,
Edgar Berlanga, and Sherrod.
You see Jake Paul, the conference between Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Jr.?
No, I didn't watch it. I seen Senior making some statements. But I didn't watch it. I'm gonna go watch it.
Yo, Zerto, I'm telling you, Oscar De La Hoya put that tweet out showing them shaking hands with the PBC, saying let's make history. Zerto Ramirez, David Benavidez. Remember, I told you. That's what they were doing. Zerto Ramirez, David Benavidez. That's the fight they putting together. That's a damn shame, bro. That's a damn shame, Blue. That they go out the way to put that light heavyweight title, strip it from Dimitri Bivol just to have that man go up 25 pounds and go fight Zerto Ramirez, bro.
And you seen Canelo
light heavyweight division for what?
Have the money for
you guys gonna try to tell me they ain't had the money for him?
Yeah, that's what Caleb Smith said. That
they have it.
Have no money.
Yeah, bro. Did all that for what? And you gonna tell me that wasn't Mauricio Sulaiman pulling a jack move, bro? Gave that man the light heavyweight WBC title instead of having him go ahead and fight Caleb Smith for a bag and then get the winner between Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Gave him that title, and he's going to end up going up to cruiserweight to go fight Zerto Ramirez. Look, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's not facts. It's just what I believe. I can't see no other fight that makes sense that's going to make quote unquote history that Oscar De La Hoya is going to be involved with the BBC, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think for sure I think for sure you're right. That's the fight that they're going to look to make.
Yeah,
and then
there's nobody that they said.
But then Oscar's just on record talking about Canelo versus Crawford ain't the biggest fight in boxing. But watch him try to tell you this is.
Right. Oscar, what big fights are you making that doesn't involve Turkey?
Right.
Give me the fight that he made that doesn't involve Turkey. The biggest fight you probably made for the longest time was Devin Haney and Ryan.
Right.
That's probably the biggest fight. You know what I'm saying? He made.
Right.
He don't got the power or the money to make a fight bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He don't got the money or the fighters to do it.
Right.
So it's going to be David Benavidez and it's going to be Zerto Ramirez up at light heavyweight. Up at cruiserweight. 200 pounds. Is David daring to be great, or is this a circus? Watch him go up 25 pounds, or should we do it like I did Terrence? Watch him go from 168. Don't even count 175.
But you know how they're going to combat that, right? They're going
to 200 pounds.
How they going to combat it? They're going to say, well, anything over 175 is crucial. You know how they going to do that? He could go to 180, and that's
but he going to walk in that ring. He going in that ring 200 plus pounds. Believe that.
Yeah.
He going to hit that scale, and that scale going to be 198, 200, bro. That's what it's going to be when he hit that scale.
Yep. But do me a favor, people. Go subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain. The link to his channel is pinned up in the chat. Click the link. Go subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain. The link to his channel is pinned up in the chat. Click that link and subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain channel. The link to his channel is pinned up in the chat if you have not subscribed. And we will be back on 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Joshua Ludin, what's up, family? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's all we got for y'all. Angels Sirianni, peace and blessings to you, Queen. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.